All okay, bro?
Welcome back, fans of Let's Be Real podcast. We're back today again. So quick, we were here yesterday with Sunate, to review the game, and today here again we are, to preview another game. That's how thick and fast they come, and it's our job to keep doing this and keep grinding to keep the people who rely on us informed and up to date. And today we're here with Kanishk now to review match day 5 of La Liga, or rather to preview match day 5 of La Liga against Levante. Before we get into that, Kanishka, how are you doing? How's it been since we last spoke, the last match? What were your views on that?
Which was like, which was like 5 minutes ago, no? We
Yeah.
spoke. Yeah, I think I'm seeing you more than my family nowadays, Farooq. Well, I think very, very good win. I think just one of those beautiful games of football that we can just enjoy as fans. And I think banger goal by Eder Militao, I can give it in writing. He'll never score a better goal than that. And even Mbappe, man. I said this in the preview itself. He's in the form of his life. I think he's playing at a much, much, much different level than everybody, pretty much everybody else in the world. Right now, if you have to pick the best striker in the world, it has to be Kylian Mbappe. So I think, yeah, games coming thick and fast. It's proper football season is back. I think Levante, good challenge, although they're not doing that well. They're 1-1-3 on based on the record now. 3 draws, 1 win, 1 loss, 9 scored, 9 conceded. So honestly, not the best form for them. And I just saw Atletico drew with Mallorca and also on a red card. So I don't know what's up with them, which kind of gives us an upper hand going into the Atletico Madrid game next weekend. So I think these are overall positive signs for us. I think team-wise, Xavi ball is working. Players are doing well. I think everyone's adapting to their new roles, new positions. And I think just overall, very, very good time to be a Madrid fan. I think 5-on-5, start of the season. Cannot ask for more. What do you feel, Farouk, about that?
Actually, I was just gonna ask you one more question. When you talk about Xavi ball is working and all that.
Hmm.
Well, I don't know if you heard or like you saw like there was a situation whereby it seemed like Vinicius Junior was very upset and Thibaut Courtois had to console him. And after the game, even like Xavi was asked about that and like why Vini is no longer an undisputed starter, and he says like everyone wants to play that. Even Franco was taken off, and he was
Farouk, I need a minute. I'm sorry. I need a minute.
all right.
So
Sure,
sorry about it.
sure. Yeah, like so why Kanish comes back, like that's the point, like I was trying to make was that uh after the game there was like a footage I was showing, like Vini really, really upset, and he had to, he had to be consoled by even Thibaut as well was there consoling him. And after the game, Xabi Alonso was asked about it, and he was talking about the fact that, like everyone wants to play and everyone has to um basically earn the minutes, more or less. That's what he has mentioned. And he was saying even Franco was questioning why he was being substituted, that he didn't want to come out. I guess that's like that's the thing now. Like a lot of these players cannot claim that they weren't given the chance. Like it's no longer like just based on the name or who you are. You have to fight for your spot on the team. I don't know, Kanishk, if you have any comments on that.
Yeah, apologies for the interruption there. Definitely, I think it's a sign of a team which has players which want to prove themselves game in, game out. I'm seeing it from the positive side of things. That this is a team, where players are hungry to play more, players are hungry to perform more. That is why, I'm seeing these kind of interruptions happening. But, I think absolutely nothing to be worried about as far as I'm concerned. I'm not seeing it as like an issue or, there is like a rift between the manager and the player. I think it's just, it's increasing healthy competition within the team, and it's increasing the likelihood of players, trying to perform to the best of their ability. Uh, so, I mean, see, as long as it does not go out of hand, I mean, there's only positives to be taken out of it, where, players are wanting to do more than what they're required to.
Yeah, that actually makes quite a lot of sense as well. Like you said that, like, it's about like fighting for your place, and you want people to actually be bothered by the fact that they're not starting or they're being, removed abruptly when maybe they feel they're in better, when they're getting into their rhythm as the game goes on. Yeah, so that's very fair. But then, to you actually send the question back to me earlier, when I asked you how you were feeling, and I agree with you, like you couldn't ask for anything more, like I mistakenly said match day 5, but actually we played match day 5. We're in match day 6 right now. Like that's what we're previewing. So basically, we've played 5 games in the league and one in the UCL, and we've won all of them. Okay, albeit not very convincing, but it is something. I think the last, I don't think there was the last manager that won the first 5 league games. Do you remember? Was there a
Mm,
manager who was won the last
was
person?
it was it Manuel Pellegrini?
I know Pellegrini won the first 4 games, but I'm not sure if he won the fifth one as well. So I'm not very sure on that. Let's not, mislead the listeners. I'm not sure. Could be Pellegrini as well. But the point here is that like this is a
Yeah,
very good sign. Let's not forget like last season Barcelona started with a seventh straight win, and like that gave them the cushion to just although like yeah we know that eventually like we still messed up across the line because like there was a point in time where we had our fortunes in our hands, but we still messed up. But like the point here is that like just grinding out these wins, with a new coach, a lot of new players trying new systems, like some old players getting used to new roles, and stuff like that. So like it will take a bit of time before this team finally gets going and gets grinding. So I think you couldn't ask for anything more than to keep grinding out the wins, and that way even the players get more confidence and they're able to get into their own. And also, I think we've been very fortunate that like the first couple of games has been really like yeah, I mean, okay, I know yesterday we played Espanyol and they're high flying, but like, no one would have expected that Espanyol would be going, into 5 games into the season with just one loss, 3 wins, and a draw. So I feel like
yeah,
that has also helped, like the adaptation of Xabi Alonso to the Spanish Liga as well. Of course, he knows the league from his time here and all that, but yeah, as a coach, more or less. So I think that has helped. And that that in itself, also has allowed the players, to like take more risks, make more mistakes, and still be able to get away with. So basically, it's like an easy betting in process for Xavi Alonso. And yeah, I mean, right now you can make any complaints. Like Kylian Mbappe, as you said, is arguably the best forward in Europe right now. And I mean, yeah, Harry Kane, Erling Haaland are still doing their things, but right now, like he's arguably the best forward in Europe. And the goals are translating to wins. So this is something that we did not have last year. Like last year, we had a lot of, I think Kylian Mbappe had 44 or 40, I don't know the exact number, like he had this amount of goals, but they didn't always translate to victory. So I think this time around, we're getting that, like, that there is a transition to victory. And even more importantly for me, I was saying to Sunil yesterday, is that I am seeing things that I had not seen in the past 3, 4 years. I was told previously that, yeah, Vinicius Junior cannot track back, Kylian Mbappe cannot defend. But yesterday in the game, like it's 70 something, 80 something minutes, you're seeing Kylian Mbappe, tracking back, going into the left back role and trying to win the ball back. You see Vinicius Junior, the press, the coordination, the way they're trying to win the ball in the opposition half before it becomes a dangerous, attack. So all of that combined actually, gives me like more confidence that okay, like this might work or this might not work, but we are seeing progress that the players are adapting to what Xavi Alonso
yeah,
wants.
yeah, absolutely. I think, look, new manager, relatively unproven in the big leagues. I mean, yeah, he won the title with Bayer Leverkusen. Let's not take that away from him, but La Liga is different gravy. You know, coming in, settling in with the Madrid pressure, the pressure of the media, the pressure of the world, basically. So, it's never easy. This could have very easily been 5 matches, 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss. The conversation would have been different then.
Yeah,
So I think, when you're a Madrid fan, supporter, or like just a lover of the club, nothing is ever enough. I mean, we have 15 UCLs, we still want more every year. Even a 5-0 victory, if we win 5-0 against some team, we'll always be like, why didn't we win 7-0, 8-0? So look,
yeah,
this is the differentiating factor between us and most other clubs in Europe. So I think it's a good thing, but let's not always weigh in with the pressure. I mean, give him time. He's done his best, honestly. We are a much, much improved side from last season. There are definitely more positives now. I mean, okay, first 2 matches, I remember this conversation with Sunaid as well. First 2 matches, we were like, okay, fine, give him time, easy matches, and all that. But yeah, having said that, we've still not been like really tested, apart, I think, from the Sociedad game, and even Espanyol, because they're like playing good football right now. I think Atletico Madrid will be our first test. But look, when you're in La Liga, you're only getting properly tested like what, 6 to 8 to 10 fixtures in the season, properly tested, because then your quality is much better than most other clubs playing there. So I think he's doing well, man. I mean, I have no complaints with Zabi. I can see that translating into the players' efforts as well. So I think that is important. I think they're responding very well to the coach and his new tactics and his new system. And that is why that is getting translated into the field as results. And these are proper wins. These are not lucky victories. These are not last minute goal victories. These are proper victories. So um, overall, like I'm right now, I personally am very content with the team's performance. Obviously, we can always do better, but we could not have asked for a better start to the season than this.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. Honestly, moving to the sixth
Yes.
game of the La Liga season. Now we're gonna play Levante.
Levante.
They got their first victory yesterday against
Yes.
Girona, but they played basically 9 men for more than half of the game. And like Girona,
Typical Levante.
yeah,
Very
exactly.
physical side.
Exactly, man. So they've had like 3 losses, 1 win, and 1 draw. Then the win came yesterday
And
again.
yeah, interesting. We are playing this away from home. I don't know if you guys have noticed this or not. We've played most of our matches at home so far. I think barring the Sociedad and the Oviedo game, everything's been at home for us, even the Champions League fixture.
Yeah.
This is only our third, away game of the season in match number 6. That's still 50-50. I know. It's like I think
It's
we've had
actually
that
it's gonna be match number 7 if you include Marseille as well in the Champions League. So yeah.
if we include Marseille as well, yeah, Champions League fixture. So I think Levante away from home is never an easy fixture. Okay, we've lost there in the past, we've drawn there in the past. So I think, and so have like most of the big teams in La Liga. I think last time we played them at home, uh, I think it was a very big 6-0 win or something, if I'm not wrong. If my memory serves me correct, with Mendy, because I think they're also coming back from relegation, if I'm not wrong. They were not there last season. They did get relegated. Did they?
I'm not exactly sure if they did get relegated, but I do remember, yeah,
Okay.
like yeah, I think they did get relegated because we didn't play
They
them.
did get relegated, yeah.
Yeah,
Because the last time I remember, Mendy scored, Benzema scored, and it's been a while since he's been there. Vinicius
yeah,
scored a hat trick.
yeah, yeah, you're right.
So I think they have been coming up and down. But whenever we go there, there have been. I remember that crazy 3-3 draw in the 21-22 season, like one of the first matches of the season. I think one of the last goals that Gareth Bale scored, if my memory serves me correct. So Levante is always a very tricky place to play football in. They've got very good home support, very passionate set of fans, very passionate set of supporters. But I think the kind of football that both teams are playing right now, there's a lot of gap in skill and quality. And I think there should be another win if Zabi rotates the squad. I think he is a manager who rotates. I think that is something we can establish by now, that he likes rotation. He likes giving players a chance to keep everyone fit and going. So yeah, if he does the rotation, we play like how we've been playing. No reason why we should not. And I really want Madrid to play in the away kit, the third kit, the trefoil,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
retro kind of kit. I'm really excited to see the team debut in that.
All right, let's see. Maybe, your wish comes true. But yeah, to the point you made, like we can slowly move towards, what we expect to see in the lineup. But one thing is, like I've come to understand, like we just never can tell what, Xabi Alonso can do when it comes to lineup. And I think that's very fair. That's refreshing because yeah, I mean, it's not like we're bashing on Carlo Ancelotti. I think only a stupid not even Real Madrid, a stupid football fan will come, and look at what Carlo has achieved in his life, his career, both as a coach and a player, and say bad things about him. But he is a very dogged coach and very stubborn coach when it comes to lineups, right? You literally know the lineup even 1 year before you play the game. You know who's gonna start where. So this is just the thing. But with Xabi Alonso, it's like I know we talked a lot about, like wanting to see Gonzalo Garcia play, and we even talked about that in the preview. And I was saying to you, like, I see him playing from the right, if you remember, like we were talking about that. Like it
Yeah,
takes a lot of you have to be a very, very faithful person to say that, yeah, Gonzalo Garcia is gonna start on the front two with Kylian Mbappe.
and I said this in the preview that I'm
So
really hoping.
it's yeah, I know we talked about that, but we didn't. If I remember
Yeah,
correctly, we talked about Gonzalo Garcia starting as a 9 and Kylian Mbappe playing from the left, if I remember correctly, or something like that. We
yeah, 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 yeah.
So the
Absolutely. Yeah,
point is like,
we did
like
speak
you
about
see,
it.
yeah, and then you see like you remove Arthur Güler. So like when you do those mental gymnastics, you do not think, at least for me, I never thought that Arthur Güler is going to be the one who's going to, Gonzalo Garcia is going to replace. I thought he was going to replace maybe Mastantuono, or if Kylian Mbappe is given a rest, or if Vinicius Junior is not started again. So something like this, like not to totally reshuffle the midfield. It basically went back to a 4-4-2 again. So that's the time transfer here is like Xabi Alonso has shown in this short span of 6-7 games that he's willing to try different things, different players, different position, different styles. And so far, it's been good. And I felt like Vini played really well yesterday. Like unfortunately didn't lead to a goal,
Yeah.
but I felt like he played really really well. And that's the thing, like like
And
if
I think with Atletico Madrid coming up next weekend, we just played yesterday. We play next in 48 hours time.
yeah.
So I think it would make sense against Levante to rest some of the regular starters and maybe get them ready and prepared for Atletico Madrid.
So when you say rest the regular stars, maybe you can just lead us through like what changes are you envisioning?
So look, I think defensively right now we don't have the liberty to rest players. We need
Sorry, just to
the
interrupt you. Like
best defense.
Hoyson, like Dean Hoyson is gonna miss the game against Atletico Madrid, right? Just to be sure.
Yeah,
So because like he
yeah,
got a red card, which is like 3 games, including the game he played. So like he's
yeah.
gonna miss 2 more games. He missed one already. So he's what I'm saying is that he's
He's
gonna
gonna
miss
make
3 straight games, right? Now he missed Espanyol. He's gonna miss Levante, and then he's gonna miss the derby as well. Am I
yeah,
right?
yep,
Okay.
yep, yep.
Okay. Okay.
So I mean, yeah, logically, yeah, he's gonna miss that. Yeah, I think Militao start season sublime form as a defender as well. I think we start with Asensio as the back line. Maybe give Carrera some rest because he's been playing non-stop since the start of the season. Maybe get Fran Garcia for this
Yeah.
game, try him out. No harm in trying him out against Levante. Right back will be interesting to see because Carvajal is there, of course, but you need him fit for Atletico Madrid as well. He's also just coming off an injury. So I think maybe he plays Valverde as right back. And then because Camavinga and Jude are back and fit now,
Before
and
we
they
go to
need,
midfield, I just want to interrupt you there because you rightly brought up a very good point, and I think we should also translate that to Militao. You talked about the fact that Carvalho is just coming back, right?
yeah,
What about Militao, bro? He's had 2 ACLs. He's played, if
mm,
I remember correctly, like Oviedo, Marseille, Espanyol, and then now we're coming to Levante. So it's gonna
yeah. But
be
then we don't have an
4 games
option, right? We
back to
have to
back.
play David Alaba then. I mean,
Yeah, so that's
Alaba
what I
and
was gonna ask you.
Asensio
Like,
will be
is this
an
a game
absolutely
where
new
you
look.
take that, where you roll the dice with David Alaba and
That's
Raul
what
Asensio, or
no, no, no.
David
I don't
Alaba
think
and
you roll
Joao?
the dice with David Alaba against Levante. I see. Defense is somewhere we do not have the liberty of resting people. So we'll have to go with the best look back four that we have. And maybe Chouameni slots in as a centre back for this game. That can also be a possibility because right now we have two of our best midfielders back,
Yeah.
and there's no harm in starting them. I mean, I can see Camavinga start this game. I can see Jude Bellingham start, and maybe then play Arda Güler on the right with Mbappe, and maybe Rodrigo starts this game, or maybe Gonzalo Garcia starts this game. You never know. You can never tell with Zabi. So yeah, I mean, I can think of 5, 6, 7 positions which are kind of okay. Who's gonna start maybe, but the remaining four is still up for a toss. I think he'll probably assess them in training and see.
Actually, like for me, what I actually was saying is actually I agree with you about like Carreras. I think Alvaro Carreras has been arguably, our best defender. Hoyson has been really good, but then like Hoyson has made the brain fart. You have to also include it, like so that brings down his rating. But Alvaro Carreras has been really good. He has been, a refreshing defender. I do think like he
Yeah,
deserves what he needs to rest. I think this is a good time to bring in Fran Garcia. And honestly, like Fran, at least for the Club World Cup, has showed that he could also take a huge step as well. He's showed a lot of growth. So I think like Fran Garcia starting, I'm totally fine with that. And then Dani Carvajal for me as well, replaced by Fede Valverde, because I don't know, but for me, I haven't seen people say that, oh, like because of the system that Shelby has now, like he's masking, the role that Fede has on the team. But still, I just haven't seen, like the Fede that we all know and love, the player that I haven't seen that kind of performance from him, or like that's just the impact he used to have in games. Like now I watch a game and honestly, sometimes I don't even know where Fede Valverde is, But
yeah,
also, that also is also like credits to Chouameni as well. Like he stepped up. He's not yet at the point that I want him to be, but like at least this is the minimum he has to give, in my
yeah.
opinion. Chouameni has stepped up
Agree
big
with
time.
you.
Yeah, so he has
Agree,
stepped up.
agree with you on that.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So because of that, I think Fede Valverde has a right back to just give Dani Carvajal some rest. Considering that we're going to play Atletico at the weekend. So For me, actually, I want to play Chouameni and Asensio or Chouameni and Alaba, giving
Hmm.
Militao some rest, in the CB position. Of course, we know the goalkeeper never changes. And then when it comes to the midfield, actually, Kamavinga, yes. Jude Bellingham, yes. I actually want to try a combination of Jude and Arda and see how it works. I mean, with all due respect
Yeah,
to Levante, like the reason why I'm saying that is that Levante has lost 3 games on the spin, three the other one. They only won because they played about 60% of the game with a two-man advantage against Girona. So like it's not like this is a team that's gonna pose, I know it's at their home in Valencia, and like as you said, they have a very, Rashos crowd there. They're very passionate about, the team and all that. I know that. But the point is, if you cannot trial things against the likes of Levante, with all due respect, then they will never trial things anywhere. So I feel like, a
yeah,
trial giving Jude, and Guler, a combination. Because now the point is that you have Chouameni as a CB, you have Fede Valverde as a RB, right? So now you still have the three midfield spots. So you have Kamavinga playing as your holding, Bellingham and Arda playing as your two central midfielders, and then you go for the forward line. And I actually would like to see Gonzalo Garcia given a second chance as well. I felt like when you look at the game, its impact wasn't very obvious. But then when you analyze the game from also the pressing perspective, I think he was very crucial in the way we pressed in the opposition half. I don't know
yeah,
if you would agree with that, but he wasn't, as impactful as the people talk about, in the Club World Cup scoring 5 goals and all that. I think that
yeah.
that impact wasn't there, like in the offensive play. But I do feel like for the winning back of the ball, the pressure that we said Gonzalo Garcia actually, was really important for that. And because of that, like I
Is
would,
remind me, Farouk, is Endrick fit?
Hendrick is
Lord
back.
Bobby Endrick.
Hendrick is back. Hendrick is
Yeah,
back.
why not?
I
Why
even
not
remember towards
start
the end of the
Endrick?
game, they showed Hendrick on the bench, really sad and dejected. Actually, it was a sad
Yeah,
scene, a sad scene to see because like you could see, like from the video shots that like he was really really like down because I think he was warming up with Jude and all those guys, but he didn't get around. But I do still feel like Hendrick will get around most likely as a sub, not as a starter.
hmm.
I feel like
Let's see.
he gets his role as a
Let's
sub,
see. I
not as a
think I
starter.
think a lot of deliberation there when it comes to changes. We'll get to know in 48 hours time.
Exactly, exactly. But I want to see Gonzalo Garcia start, and give Vinicius a run again. Give Vinicius a run, give Rodrigo a run. So like let Kylian Mbappe, Endrick, and those guys come off the bench. And I think Kylian also deserves that break as well.
Yeah, but at this time, if Mbappe is fully fit, why not start him? He's in the form of his life. Why disrupt his flow?
I do get what you're saying, but the point is here is like you can play Kylian Mbappe later towards the second half because the point is the more the games accumulate, you know, the more you cannot trust this guy anymore. Now, when you go to the international break and you come back, you play Liverpool, you play Juventus, you play Barcelona. So then, like,
Yeah,
this is not that's not a chance for resting him. I feel like this is a time
fair point.
where you can give the rest. You come to Atletico Madrid, you cannot rest your star players against Atletico Madrid. You understand? So you give them a run against Atletico Madrid, and then you come back and then you just go full throttle because I feel like now is the time to like ease the workload, distribute the workload, let everyone just get a feel of everything. Because once the season starts get going tough, like let's not forget we also have Man City somewhere in there as well. In this ties, we go to Portugal to play. Mourinho and Benfica as well. So there is a lot of and also let's not forget the interesting trip to Kazakhstan, to Kairat as well. So while the game itself might not be the most challenging, at least on paper, I think when you put in the logistics, you're going to a very far, place and all that. Like all of a sudden,
Yeah,
looks very
China
daunting.
border, as I said
Exactly.
it in the last preview. So yeah,
Exactly. So it looks like a very daunting game. So that's why I'm just thinking like right now, why not try to rest when you can?
fair point. Let's see. I think yeah, I mean a lot of permutations and combinations there.
Yeah.
Let's see what he does.
Let's see. Let's see. In the comments
Cool.
here, we have random guy 101 saying that Sorlot will get 1 or 2 months suspension for that red card. I think it was a straight red, right? So it should be 3 games, not
Yeah,
two, right?
it's 3 games.
It's 3 games, yeah. So Sorlot's gonna miss
Yeah.
3 games. It says if
Who?
Vin is frustrated, then
Poison, right?
I'm sorry.
Poison, right?
No, he's talking about Sorlot. In the game you mentioned today, Atletico Madrid,
Ah, okay.
Sorlot got the red card, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Solo got a red
Straight
card.
red.
It was a straight red, so it's similar to what Hoyson has. So it should be 3 games. But actually, for me, the issue that I have with that is the interpretation of that, because I remember how it used to be is that you missed 3 games, including the game you got the red card in. So that's one. Then you missed 2 more games. I don't know if that
Hmm.
makes sense. So then it means that in that case, it means that Hoyson should be available for the Atletico Madrid game. But anyways, the issue with Sorloth misses our game for sure. Like there is no doubt about that. Unless if they appeal
Yeah.
and their appeal gets successful. I don't know if you followed the whole drama around Real Madrid and Hoyson. We appealed to three different bodies and all three bodies rejected the appeal. Although
Okay. We have to
the
live with it.
the committee of referees actually said that it was wrong to give a red card, which is
Yeah.
quite insane. I don't know how that even plays. The referee
Hmm.
committee agrees that this is an error, but the Spanish Football Association says that now we have to keep the red card.
I mean, it's
So
a whole nother podcast for a whole nother day.
yeah, and then finally he says that Levante is not informed. Real Madrid should keep things under control and get 3 points. I couldn't agree more. So I think with that we
Simple
can
as that.
go to the predictions since random guy.
3-0 Real Madrid.
3-0 Real Madrid. That's fine. I'm gonna go a bit more moderate. I think we're gonna have like a 2-0 Real Madrid victory, maybe even a 2-1 or something like that. But yeah, I think Real Madrid gets the job done, and we seal the deal. All right,
Cool.
then. I think we covered everything. I don't know. Do you have any final thoughts or anything else you want to add, Ganesh?
Nope.
All right, then we can slowly just do some housekeeping. Shout out to our sponsors. Uh, just check out the descriptions below. You can find it. We're part of the Talksports channel, fan channel, and you can find all the details to that in the description below. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us, drop a comment, and so on and so forth. Random Guy also says 2-0 Real Madrid victory. And also, yeah, thanks to Random Guy for keeping us engaged. We love the back and forth, and we always encourage our listeners and our fans as well. Just join the chat and chat us up, send us a message, positive, negative. It's all about the feedback. That's how you get better. That's how you improve. And also the people on the audio channels as well. Just give us a like, give us, a thumbs up, and, subscribe and drop comments as well. And with that, I sign out by saying, Hala Madrid.
Hala Madrid.